All right, and some of these more contextualized problems is going to have some assumptions that you may know some things, so you may need a little assistance with these if you're not comfortable with some of these topics. But it says, in a given rectangle, the shorter side is 2 units less than the longer side. If we let the longer side be represented as a variable x, create an expression that represents the perimeter of the rectangle. So let's draw a picture first. Now they've told us that they said if we let the longer side be represented by the variable x. So let's just write that statement down first. So we can say that that's x and that's x. Next, we said in the statement above, in a given rectangle, the shorter side is 2 units less than the longer side. So let's just break that statement down right there. So I have to figure out how to write this. And we've already said that the longer side is x. So we know this whole thing represents x. And yet again, and yet another contextualized problems, they have the word then in there. So when you see the word then, you've got to realize that we've got to take these two quantities and flip them. So the shorter side then would be x minus 2. So the 2's from right there, so this will be x minus 2. And so that gets us through labeling the rectangle. To find the perimeter is simply the distance around all four sides, so you could use the formula 2x plus 2, or 2 length times 2 widths, or you could just add up all the sides. So let's just do that. The perimeter is equal to, let's see, so we have x plus x minus 2 plus x minus 2, and I'm just putting the parentheses in here now so I can keep the colors the same. So we had x, this last one is x. Do that. Give me just a second. All right, so you can see here I just added the x minus 2 plus the x minus 2 plus the x. And really the parentheses are just there to help you separate that I added all four sides together so that when I write this it doesn't look confusing and you see where I got it from. And now we're back to collecting like terms like we did in the last section. If you look carefully, we have 1x, 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 and 1x, and they're all added together. So how many x's do we have in total? Or kind of like how many apples do we have in total? So that's 4x. And then we also have a constant, minus 2 and minus 2. Those are both like terms also. So negative 2 and negative 2, if we add those together, that's a negative 4. So the final answer, 4x minus 4, would be an expression that represents the perimeter of the rectangle. Right, the next one, in an isosceles triangle, a triangle where 2 of the 3 sides are called legs are equal, the legs are 1 unit, then twice the length of the base. If the length of the base of the triangle is represented by x, create an expression that represents the perimeter of the triangle. Alright, so let's draw an isosceles triangle. So it's basically we have a base and then 2 equal sides, kind of like a traffic cone or something. And in this, they told us that the length of the base is represented by x. So that would be x. Again, this would be a great place to pause and see if you can finish the rest on your own. And then start it when you're ready. But it tells us here, in an isosceles triangle, they give us the legs. That's the other 2 sides. The legs are 1 unit less than twice the length. Alright, so we've already said that the base is x. So we already know that's going to be x. And again, being consistent here with the idea, they use the word then again, so that means you're going to have to take the 2 and flip them. Alright, so I'm going to have to go twice the length of the base. So that's going to be 2x, and then 1 unit less than that. So to go 1 unit less than that, I'll go minus 1. And so both these, since they're the legs, they're both equal. Well, I guess I should do that minus in red. So I'm sorry if I got a little messy on writing that, but okay, the then told us to flip it. I did twice the length of the base. That's where I got the 2x from, twice that x. Bring that to the front, and then 1 less than that. So that's the minus 1. Alright, so for the perimeter, again, it's just adding up all 3 sides. So in this example, we'll have, I guess, 2x, 2x, and x. Just keeping the colors the same so you can see where they came from. Alright, so now since the parentheses were just this side plus this side plus this side, That'll be 2x minus 1 plus 2x minus 1 plus x. Again, hopefully you can see that we have several like terms. We have an 2x term and a 2x term and an x term. Those are all like terms and all positive, so they can all be added together. So 2x plus 2x, that's 4x, plus one more x, that's 5x. And then we also have the negative 1 and the negative 1 are both constants. So negative 1 plus negative 1 is negative 2. So the perimeter, an expression that represents the perimeter of the isosceles triangle would be 5x minus 2. Okay, the next one. Andrea is 3 times older than Eliza. Susie is 4 years older than Eliza. If Eliza's age can be represented by x, create an expression that represents the combined age of all 3 girls. Whew, that was a lot. Let's start with what they gave us. They told us that Eliza can be represented by x. So let's do this. Let's write Eliza is equal to x. I always like to figure out whatever my first statement is, and let's try to pick each one apart backwards. Right, the next one, Susie is 4 years older than that. So if you wanted to kind of think about this, we said Eliza is x, and technically there's that word then. So if I want to write this just the way it states, that means I got to flip these two around. So I'm going to have to put the x first, plus 4, because older is just like saying more than, or older than. Alright, and then the last statement, Andrea is 3 times older than Eliza. So let's write Andrea. 3 times is pretty straightforward, and we know that that's x. So there's each person represented in terms of x. So it'll be x plus 4 plus 3x. So I added Eliza, I added Susie, and I added Andrea. And now I can just drop the parentheses. I was just keeping them separate to show that I added each one of them. Then we can collect our like terms x, 1x, and 3x. So that right there is 3x plus 1x, that's a total of 5x. And there's one constant, would just bring that down, plus 4. So the combined ages of all 3 girls would be 5x plus 4. Alright, I hope this was helpful. Good luck on your quiz, and please ask your teacher if you need some additional help.